recipe of protein cheesecake is very simple and consists of 200 grams of fat-free cream cheese, 200 grams of Skyr or 0% fat Greek yogurt, 1 whole egg, and 1 scoop or 30 grams of vanilla whey protein powder. This recipe is for 2 servings of cheesecake with roughly 250 calories each. Now, you want to add more flavor? You can add 12 grams of chocolate pudding powder. You want peanut butter in it? Add 1 serving or 13 grams of PV2, or you can also add a banana sliced in halves and layered as the bottom of the cake. As long as you stay with the base 4 ingredients, the possibilities are nearly endless. I will meal prep this recipe for 8 servings for the entire week. For that, you will need one very big bowl. Because I will make 8 servings, I will add in 800 grams of fat-free cream cheese, followed up by 800 grams of Skyr. This is plain Skyr, by the way. You can also add in flavored yogurt like vanilla or strawberries. Then I will add in 4 whole eggs. If you want, you can go egg whites only, but the cake will be a bit too dry in my opinion, so I would recommend using the yolks. Lastly, and this will be the main flavoring ingredient, are 4 scoops or 120 grams of vanilla whey protein powder. So, now take a whisk and slowly start to combine the entire mixture. In the beginning it will be quite hard to mix, but be patient. After 1 to 2 minutes it will slowly but surely turn from crumbly into a smooth and creamy looking cake batter. This is exactly the consistency you are looking for. Once the batter is ready, I will prepare a baking sheet. I will use a 30 times by 20 cm sheet that is perfect for 8 servings. I will place in a piece of parchment paper and then add the entire batter into the sheet. Spread everything with a spatula and then this gets into the oven at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 F for 30 to 45 minutes, and this really depends on the sheet that you're using. If you have smaller ones, then the batter will be thicker and thus the heat needs a bit longer to penetrate everything, resulting in more baking time. If you have a bigger sheet on the other hand, then the cake batter will be flat and you will need less time in the oven. In my case, it needed exactly 40 minutes. As soon as the sides of the cake starts to crack, this is a sign that the cake is done. By the way, the sides crack first because it gets the most amount of heat in the oven. You can use the toothstick trick to test if the cake is ready. Stick it in, and if it just has small pieces of crumbly cake and is not completely wet, the cake is ready. Now, let this cool down now for around half an hour until you can touch it with your hands and then transfer it into the fridge for at least 4 hours or even better overnight. After that time, the cake will be completely set and you can start to cut it into your desired shapes. I personally will first cut one's lengthways and then divide it into 8 equal sized cheesecakes. This depends on your personal preference, but if you make it like this, you will get 8 cheesecakes with roughly 220 calories and 33 grams of protein each. Now, I never make cheesecake with a bottom layer because I don't always want it. What I do instead is, if I want a layer, I take 2 butter cookies, they are 25 calories each, and put them on the bottom underneath the cake. If you let them sit now for around 2 minutes, they get soft and you have an amazing New York style protein cheesecake. Also, what I like doing is to add a couple of raspberries on top to cut through the richness of all the dairy with a bit of acidity. So all you got to do now is to place all of the cheesecake into separate container and refrigerate them. They last for around 4 to 5 days. The entire recipe comes in with 1738 calories, 77 grams of carbs, 25 grams of fat and 289 grams of protein. This is the perfect post-workout snack, healthy dessert or just a simple treat.